Hey guys, M.V.Kid here. How's everybody doing? Back again for another edition, or I should say another movie review. I've been seeing a couple of movies as of late, and still need to see a few more. But it is spooky season, and I'm trying to get finished the movies that kind of are based in Halloween or so. And here on today's episode or this movie review, we're here to review the latest installment in the Hocus Pocus franchise, Hocus Pocus 2. I saw this a couple of weeks ago, and I still plan to do a review of it. Once again, I apologize, guys, for the couple of movie reviews that I weren't able to get out because I lost the audio files, and most of them were corrupted, and they were good reviews, and I didn't want to redo them, and because I felt like I put my all into them, and I just feel like it wouldn't have been the same. So I apologize for that. But I'm here to review Hocus Pocus 2, which was a Disney Plus exclusive. It aired on Disney Plus. The bottom line, guys, this was definitely for nostalgia. If you grew up or remember the original as fondly as I do, you're gonna enjoy this to a degree. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really, really good. I thought it was fun. It was fun, just like old times. However, even with the nostalgia, the plot itself is a little at best. That was one thing I felt a little bit, about. What I did love about it, the movie is the beginning. I did love seeing the beginning of seeing the girls, the sisters, the Sanderson sisters as children back in the 17th century of Salem, basically 1653. And we get to see Winifred and all of them being banished from Salem by Reverend Trask, and pretty much we get to see them being claimed to be what they were, and seeing them run to the forbidden forest, a forest area that was forbidden, and they are introduced to Mother Witch, who gives them the direction of witchcraft, and even gives her the magic book that we saw in the first movie. Book. Yeah, we get to see that, and we get to see a little bit of some interesting deals, and even one of them, the Mother Witch even warns them specifically, the sisters, not to cast a spell known as Magicki Maxima, which which makes the user all powerful, but Mother Witch also teaches the sisters to kill other children to keep their. We get to see how killing kids keeps them youthful. So I thought that was really interesting. And the young actress who played Winifred, oh my God, she had the look down, everything, the buck teeth and everything. I thought that was great. I was like, okay, yeah, she got it down packed. But I did like how they portrayed that time period of, anything that someone couldn't understand back then is considered dark, and witchcraft, and a theme of the devil, including spiders. I thought that was just okay. They got it. So when we fast forward to the modern era, 2022, this year we are we see that the Sanderson sisters are resurrected again. By a black flame candle, and teenagers Becca, Izzy, and I'm getting the other the other friend, because there was another friend, they had a falling out. Oh my God, what was her name? Cassie. There we go. Yeah, Cassie. That Cassie. And what I felt very interesting about was, though the Sanders sisters were resurrected thanks to help by a magic shop owner, which was, so we find out later in this that the Sanders sisters' old cottage, where they lived, is now a magic shop run by this guy called Gilbert. And Gilbert is played by by actor oh man, what was his name? I'm forgetting his name. Damn it. I wrote it down too somewhere. I can't remember. I'm forgetting the Gilbert's name. Oh my God. I believe it's Sam Richardson. I believe it was Sam Richardson. I could be wrong. But he runs the magic shop, and he's the one that actually is responsible for the Sanders sisters being brought back, not these new teenagers, really, who also kind of, in a sense, practice marriage. They were like best friends growing up. And we start to find out later on that one of the young teenagers, Becca, she possesses magic powers, like she could be a witch herself. But of course, being that they're virgins and everything like that, the Sanders sisters are brought back. And yeah, I thought the way they were brought back was interesting, but I also felt like they didn't really kind of go truly into detail of like what happened to them in the last one. We get a glimpse of that in the, like, what happened to them in the last one. Like, we see Thackeray Binks and all of them, and Max and his sister, but it's their body doubles. It was a flashback because Gilbert, he saw them as a kid during that night, that Halloween, and he was so impressed, and it was kind of weird. And it was just like, I looked at it, I'm like, why would you want to bring them back if you're telling the story of these sisters that they're evil, they're bad, it just felt weird. And even while the story's going on, you kind of see they're still playing up a little bit of nostalgia with the sisters, like they've been in the 20th century before, so it wasn't as if they should be like confused at some of the stuff. That was some of the things I had a problem with. Like, there's a scene where they go to Walgreens and they're mesmerized by the mechanical door, the door, you step on it and it opens up, and it's just like, what the, or makeup. And I was just like, okay, I laughed a little bit, but then I'm just like, come on, like, they should remember that they were in the 20th century before. So stuff like that was just kind of bothering me, and just how the girls were able to trick them a little bit. Now, what also is really interesting is their friend, Cassie. She is the ancestor of the Reverend that banished the Sanders sisters. So when they realized that the mayor, her father is the mayor of Salem. So when the Sanders sisters find her, they go after her, to take revenge on, the Reverend who banished them. And that was interesting. I was like, okay, I thought that was interesting. But also was interesting is seeing that Billy Butcherson is back. We saw in the first movie, he was, Billy Butcherson is back, and he's the zombie. But this time, he can talk now. And I love that, Doug Jones returned to reprise his role. And we find out something very interesting, that Billy never truly went back to sleep. Like, it was weird. I was like, we looked like he went back to sleep in the first one. That's the kind of stuff I was like, so he didn't fall asleep, but I found that really interesting. And Billy hanging out with Gilbert, and they kind of bonding over, but also realizing that Gilbert needs to complete these tasks before he dies because the Sanders systems put a curse on him. And I thought that was like, all right. But the movie was very nostalgic and very fast paced. It was good to see them pull off another sing along with Bette Midler, when he, and I thought that was fun. But it was very nostalgic. I praised that, highly praised that. But I felt that I wished this series had the original cast in it as well. The actor who played Max and the actor who played Danny. I would have loved to seen them older now and things like that. I would have felt really more comfortable at this being a real true sequel instead of more like, if this kind of feels a little bit like a reboot in a sense, because it didn't really feel like it was a true sequel coming. And then the other thing I didn't like about it was just, why was it so important for Wendy to, cast this spell? Because even later, Book started to become, Book really didn't want them. We kind of really get to see that, yeah, the Book really has a mind of its own, and it doesn't want to cast this Magic Kid Maxima spell that would cause chaos and everything like that. And it just felt like, why was Wendy doing this? To wreak havoc on Salem. Like, and to me, it was just like, the people that wronged you, in a sense, for me, it was just like, Wendy, the people that wronged you, they're dead. They're long gone. But I guess it was like, well, their descendants are gonna feel the pain. So I was a little kind of feel wrong about that. And even when she does cast it, she realized that she made a mistake. And we see that Winnie, as much as she gives them a lot of crap, Winnie did care about her sisters, and she asks to cast a spell to put them all to rest, and so she could be rejoined with her sisters. And I thought that was sweet. I was like, yeah, that's a typical Disney vibe ending, and she even says, "Thank thee, I thank thee," and everything like that. And the Sanders sisters are put to rest, and Billy finally gets to really go to sleep. And we see Cassie, Becca, and Izzy, walking together. They're like a covenant now. And what was interesting is to see a crow that was identical to Mother Witch when she shapeshifted. It's following them. So I'm like, is Mother Witch still alive? I don't know if that was teasing that we could get a third movie. I don't know, but for the most part, it was fun. It was really fun. To see Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker and Catherine Najia, Jemmy come back and play the sisters was fun. They all played their role very well. I enjoyed that part. But it's more only for nostalgia reason. If you're not familiar with this and you're just going into this movie, you'll be all right, But the one thing I love about I loved about the movie, especially in terms of both the first one and this one, I would love to go up to Salem, Massachusetts during Halloween, because they make it seem like there's like a big annual Halloween festival up there in that city. It is a very old city, so I would think it probably does, even though this movie was not filmed in Salem. I believe it was filmed in Rhode Island, but still, it makes me wonder, is there a big, for anybody who is maybe from Salem who's listening, tell me, do you guys have like a big, big Halloween festival up there? Do they take Halloween really serious up there in terms of going all out for Old Hallows Eve and things like that? I would love to know. But outside of that, if I was giving this a rating, guys, I would go 8 out of 10. For nostalgia reasons, 8 out of 10. The plot just gets really weird. It still weirds me out. The plot just, I wasn't really feeling the plot. I really wasn't. It didn't make sense to me, like why it was so important for Winnie to do that spell, and even if the mother witch who taught them witchcraft told them not to, if someone like that is telling you not to do that spell, don't do it. And even book itself is, when it would go to the spell, book would close up and we're not doing that spell. So I really didn't like that too much. It's pretty short. It's like what, hour, maybe an hour and a couple of minutes, like maybe an hour and 43 minutes, I believe. But it's fine. It was okay. It was good. 8 out of 10 for me. You guys tell me in the comment section below if you saw Hocus Pocus 2. What did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you like it for nostalgia reasons like myself? Did you feel the performances were good like myself? Did you feel the plot was a little iffy like myself? Or otherwise? Please leave your comments in the section down below. And thank you for listening, guys. I was trying to make this really short and kind of do like audio reviews as well. Kind of go back to doing the audio reviews. I'm going to do this for the next 3 reviews I do. Go audio for you guys. But I'll be back with the right camera smack. I'll probably come back with that one for my Black Adam review. But yeah, for the next 3 reviews, I put up audio right now. Maybe I'll mix it up. You guys tell me. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. This is M.V.Kid, guys, saying thank you. As always, peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.